What's going on? What is going on? If you want to find out, then stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, my name is Karen and I am attempting to lose weight. Right, what's going on exactly? What is going on? So, calorie controlled diet. Eat what I like within my calories. Yes, that's right. And how did this week go? Well, last week I was a little miffed. I'd stayed the same, but I did, and I didn't let that get in my way. I didn't think, oh God, I'm gonna go and have a binge now. I just carried on, as you do, on to the next week. Now, I did have a cream tea party get together with my old work colleagues last week, and I went with the intention, well, I'm not going to eat anything, because if I eat something, that will set me off into some sort of tangent and binge, and I'm just going to go mad. So after sitting there for about 3/4 of an hour, just looking at the food, thinking, oh my God, that looks so good. The lady or friend who was there was like, oh, why aren't you eating? Come on, blah, blah, blah. And I felt a bit bad not eating, sitting there like a lemon. So I was like, oh, yeah, I am now. Yeah, well. So I had a few things, and then I was like, they're nice. So I had a few more. And then in the end, it was like, oh, sod it. You only live once, don't you? So I had what I wanted. Few sandwiches. I had a scone with clotted cream and jam. Yes, clotted cream. I had some little tiny cheesecakes. I had an array of stuff. Good plateful anyway. Didn't go mad, but I ate what I wanted. That then, in the old days, I would have thought, oh, I've blown my week now. I'll just be crap the rest of the week until I weigh. But no, I actually forfeited my dinner. I had made a slow cooker curry that day because I knew I was going to be out, and then because I've got a family with children, obviously I need to make sure they've got their meal. So rather than being out for the cream tea and coming home and thinking, oh, I've got to cook, I prepared a slow cooker curry, which I was really looking forward to. However, after evaluating the calorie consumption I would have probably had at that cream tea, I would say it would have been a good 1,000. I decided to forfeit my dinner because I wasn't really hungry. And by the time I got home, I think it was nearly 5 o'clock, which is the time we possibly would have had our tea or dinner. I thought, no, right, I'll leave that. I won't have any curry, and that will sort of counterbalance a bit of what I've eaten. But did that help? Well, you would have thought it would have. But I'm not so sure it did. So the reason I am trying to lose weight is a few factors. One, I want to live longer. I've got 3 children who aren't very old. They're 8, no they're not, they're 9, 10 and 15. I need to be around quite a lot longer yet for them. I don't want to be snuffing it next week. You never know, could get hit by a bus next week, but never say never, But I potentially will have a shorter life if I don't lose more weight. Now, this is what I look like at my heaviest. That was me nearly off my feet, not able to walk very far. I think my children, I had just had Dexter, and Jackson was not even walking. There was a year between them, and they say when you're big, you can't get pregnant very easily. Well, I got pregnant just by looking at my husband. He must have some super swimmers there or something, because every time I tried to get pregnant, I got pregnant first time every time. Bar one time. And I lost 2 babies in between having my kids, but who knows why I lost 2 babies. But yeah, so I was at my biggest then. I was working like full-time, obviously, other than being on maternity leave. I struggled to get about. I carried on as best I could. I was stared at wherever I went. I was, I was in a bad way back then. And that's like, what, 10 years ago? I'm now 10 years older. And I'm still big, but I'm nowhere near as big as I was. And people don't stare at me anymore, which is, that's a bonus. If someone looks at me now, they tend to smile. And when that first started to happen, it was a bit like, is there anyone, are they looking at someone else, smiling at someone else? Because I wasn't used to that. I was used to people looking at me and staring as if to say, like, you could see they were thinking, Jesus, she's big. And every place I went, wherever I went, I would never see anyone bigger than me. Now I see loads of people that are a lot bigger than me. And it's as if I sort of fit in more now. But that's the reason, I want to live longer. I don't want my kids to be like, oh God, got embarrassed going out with my mother. They never have been, as far as I know. They say they're not. But, it's not nice for them, because kids can be cruel, can't they? I also want to be able to, which I can now, but I'm still obviously wearing plus size. I want to be able to go into any shop and get clothing. I don't want to have to just order online or go to a specialist shop. Like years ago, the only shop I had to go in was Evans, and I was at the biggest size they did, and I had to squeeze into them. Obviously online you can get even bigger stuff, but I didn't tend to shop online back in the day. But yeah, there's many reasons. And also, I had a car. My mother had I think I've told some of you before. If you're new, you won't know this, but my mother had a Kia Picanto, which I was insured to drive on. Well, I went to get in it one day, and I physically could not fit my bulk in her car. I just couldn't get in. The car was one size, I was another, and it was like trying to put a square peg in a round hole. I did not fit, even with the seat right back. I just couldn't get in. I got one leg in and one arse cheek, and that was me. However, after losing weight, I went on and bought a Kia Picanto, and that was my car. That was back, the registration on that, it was brand new. It was 2014. So, I got to keep going. I'm not giving up. I'll never give up trying to get slimmer. And I think I will be a dieter for the rest of my life. I'm not going to be one of these people that lose weight and think, right, I'm such and such a stone now. I feel fine. That's it. If I don't watch what I eat, I would just balloon back up. So I went to Boots yesterday. And did I have a weight loss? No, I didn't. Now, why didn't I? I didn't gain. I had to maintain, same as last week. But the interesting thing, Boots is, I've got this week's and last week's. They've weighed me the same weight, which I'll show you. Same height, same weight. Where's last week's? Yeah. That is there, and then that one. So you can see they're both the same. But what is interesting is my BMI, my body fat and my body fat mass are all totally different. So that's a bit weird, isn't it? Last week, my BMI was 59.9. This week, it's 59.7. My body fat was 60, bang on. And this week, 57.9. My body fat mass was 82.6, and this week 77.8. So I haven't lost any poundage, but all of the other ones are lower. So I don't know what that's all about. So something's happened somewhere, but it's obviously not showing on the poundage. Did that annoy me? Yeah, it did. I got my Nutracheck set. I did have, it's all changed, let me tell you. Take a seat. I had my Nutracheck app set at £1 a week. So I've been good, apart from that one cream tea, which I thought, I'll probably get away with that. And I thought, I'll lose a pound, because my scales, again, showed I'd lost weight. So I was thinking, I've lost a pound. I'll be pleased with a pound because I had that cream tea, you know? And it stayed the same. And I was like, oh, for God's sake. Took my ticket, went and sat in the car, and I was like, oh, is it worth it? And then I was like, I'm going to go into Marks and Spencer's now and buy a load of crap and eat it, sod it. Why bother? Why do I bother? Why do I put all that hard work in? Why do I make my meals look nice? Why do I cook nice meals? Why do I bake? I don't bake and eat all what I bake, by the way. I bake. I've got a family and I bake. I like baking. They like eating stuff, you know? And I was like, oh, it's not worth it. I'll just stay fat or fatter. I'll just stay big. It's not worth it. Life's not too bad being like this. I'll just stay big. I'm going to go to Marks and Spencer's and buy loads of crap and sit in the car and eat it. And then start again tomorrow. So I talked myself out of that, because what's the point in that? I'm only cheating myself, no one else. And then it just makes a downer on the next week. So managed to talk myself out of that. Then I went to another shop. No, I had to go to the post office. I went to the post office to post a parcel. And in this post office, they have lollies and sweets and things. So I posted my parcel. Then I went round and I had a good look at all these sweets. And I picked them up and looked at them, looked at the calories, put them back. And again, this thing in my head was going, oh, buy them. Oh, it won't hurt. Just have a bad day. Go on. You'll be all right. And I was like saying, sod off. I'm not having a bad day. Behave yourself. And it was me and him, me and him, me and him, me and him talking to each other. And I was like, I'm not doing it. So I managed to talk myself out of that again. And I messaged my friend, and she always says the good things. So I messaged my friend, and she was like, don't do it. Just make a meal plan to, get back on track. And I'm like, yeah, right. And then I thought to myself, why? Why do it? Why let that make you go off track and then, it's not worth it. Is eating that sugar and getting that quick fix of that, it's so nice in your mouth. Oh, it tastes lovely. And then afterwards, you get that guilt of thinking, oh, you stupid cow, why did you do that? Oh, I wish I hadn't eaten that. And then being miserable and stuff all day. So I didn't do it. I got through my whole day even on less calories. I got through the whole day on 495 calories less than what I've been on as well, which I was pleased at. And now I will go into the calorie issue. Well, it's not an issue, but I've had a mix-up. Because that's 2 weeks on the trot, I've stayed the same. And I thought, right, let's change it. Because like I said, I've got my app changed, not changed. I've got my app set to £1 a week. Because it's not a quick fix, my weight loss journey. I thought I would do £1 a week so I can eat nice things instead of being on really low calories, not enjoying what I'm eating, which would then cause me to have like a binge every now and again. I haven't binged for months. I haven't had a binge. Got no intention of. It's not up in my head thinking, oh, I'm going to go and binge. I know some people plan binges, but no. Is it Tammy? I think I watch, who I like watching. I'm sure I've watched some videos on her when she's had a binge and she's saying that she's planned a binge. I've never in my life planned a binge. Never. I've had binges, but they've been just ones that have happened like that. And I was like, right, I've had a binge. I don't think, right, I'm going to tomorrow or later on today, I'm going to have this, this and this, and I'm going to eat it all and blah, blah, blah. I've never done that. So I've kept my calories higher with a less weight loss to get me through and eat nice things. So I've had a look at the app again, going with NutriCheck, not any other calculator. So I've written it all down here, so I've got my notes. Right, I was on 2,288 calories a day. Lovely, very nice. Very good, very nice. So that's what I've had for the last 2 weeks. But it's also what I've had when I lost £4, because I lost £4, then I lost another £4, and then I've stayed the same for 2 weeks. I've done nothing different as in the style of food, the type of food I've eaten from the weeks I've lost the £4 to the weeks I've stayed the same. So 2,288 I was on. So I went on the app and I changed it to £1.5 a week instead of £1. So from changing it to £1.5 a week, that dropped it down to 2,038 calories, which is 250 calories less. So that's not bad. That's 250 calories to me is like losing a bar of chocolate. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. I have got a sweet tooth, but 250 calories, it's not too bad. So I like to go to bingo. Don't worry, I'm not changing the subject. I like to go to bingo, and I've got bingo on Wednesday tomorrow because I'm actually recording. Though I weighed yesterday, I'm recording this today. I got bingo on Wednesday, so I thought, oh, I'll have an easier day on Wednesday because I do like to take munchies to bingo. So I thought I'd give myself some more calories. So I stuck an easier day in. So with sticking that one easier day in, that then dropped the rest of the week down to 1,936 and gave me on a Wednesday 2,649. So I thought, got all right, oh, good day on Wednesday at bingo, you know. So I left it at that. And then I thought afterwards, let's stick another one in and just see what calories it gives me. So I thought, right, on a Saturday, I tend to maybe go to bingo, or if I don't, then I can cook something a bit more calorific with the family, maybe get a takeaway. So I thought I'll stick one in for Saturday as well. So I stuck one in for Saturday as well, which reduced my calories during the week, apart from Wednesday, to 1,793. And I was a bit like, oh, that's a lot of a drop. But I thought, no, Karen, you can do that. No problem. You can do it. Come on, girl. So basically, for this week now, starting yesterday, I got 1,793 apart from Wednesday and Saturday, which I'm going to have 2,649. So during the week, other than the easier days, from what I was on last week, it is a 495 calorie drop. So obviously the easier days make it up a bit, but nevertheless, I'm going to be on a lot less calories than I was. and it should bring in a 1.5 pound weight loss. I don't know whether Boot scales measure in half pounds or not. I don't think they do, but we'll see. Unless I just haven't had a half pound weight loss on there. But yeah, so that is my plan. So I actually did the lower calorie day yesterday, and I came in with calories to spare, and I had nice food. I didn't have a lot for my breakfast, and I certainly didn't have a big lunch, which helped me then have more calories at night. But keeping busy for me is one of the main things. Like, I have got absolutely loads of ironing to do. There's 5 of us in this house. I done an hour's ironing before the kids even got up, and I've got about 2 hours of ironing to go, so that will keep me busy up until lunchtime. I need to pop out. I've got to pop something to the doctors. So keeping busy and not just sort of sitting around thinking, oh, because, sometimes when you're not, when you're hungry, you're not necessarily hungry. You're just bored. And they say, like, oh, if you're hungry, have a drink. Things like that. But I'm going to give it a go this week with the easier days and the lower calories on the other days, and see what next week brings. Hopefully it will bring a weight loss, a decent weight loss. Staying the same for 2 weeks. It's bizarre because I feel smaller, and I think my face has gone smaller. Like, my bones around my neck are starting to peek out, and like before they were totally covered. There was nothing there. You just couldn't, I didn't have any, it was just a neck. And before, in my bigger pictures, I had no neck. My head was just stuck onto my shoulders. But I feel better. I feel like, I don't know, what do I feel like? I wouldn't necessarily say I feel like I've got more energy and stuff, because my knees are so bad because I need new knees. That stops me doing a lot of stuff. But I feel better in myself, like my clothes are looser and stuff like that. But it's going to be a struggle. It's very difficult to find anybody that would say it's so easy to lose weight. You've always got a battle. You've always got a struggle. I will always battle with food demons in my head, telling me to eat stuff I shouldn't. You just got to carry on fighting them off. So I'm never going to be the weight that Boots tell me I should be. Like, on here, my ideal weight is 6.5 stone to 8 stone 12. I could see me being 8 stone 12 because I remember getting down to 9.5 stone when I lost weight before. That's quite some years ago. And I think I was 9.5 stone. So 8 stone 12 could be realistic for me. 6 stone 7, never. I bet my whole life, my house, everything, I would never ever weigh 6 stone 7. Not achievable for me. And I'm not saying I want to be, right, I want to get down to 10 stone 3 pound. I'm not doing that. I want to just lose as much weight as I can to look half decent, to live a bit longer, and to wear some nice clothes. I don't wear crap clothes now. The clothes I wear are nice, but you do have a lot more choice if you are so-called standard size, average size. If I could get down into a nice, I think 14 to 16, I'd probably be happy at, but then if I get down to when I get down to that, then probably I'll say, no, I want to go down even more, but we'll see. So thanks for watching me jabber on a load of jabber. If you are new to my channel, my weighing updates aren't usually this long. If you are new to my channel, though, and you do want to stick around, I would love you to subscribe. If you hit the bell, you will be notified when I upload, which is daily. And yeah, if you're still watching, stick in the comments a word. Say go girl. 2 words. Go girl. And I'll know who's watched and stuck it out this long. Because I know some of you can't put emojis on because you say you don't know how to or that. So write "Go Girl" in the comments. So again, thank you for watching. I'm going to go and edit this quickly, get it up for you to all see, and I'm going to get on with my ironing. So see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.